Hello and welcome again to the Coaches Lounge with yours truly, Barbara J. Beckley, and some wonderful, amazing, spectacular, incredible spotlighting experts for life and in business, coaches, educators, and mentors. Now, I created this show. Yes, I always explain myself about creating shows because this, first of all, I tell people if you don't see things that you think needs to be out there far as maybe giving support or expressing that you really appreciate maybe certain groups or individuals. If you don't see it out there, guess what? You can create your own. And that's what I did. I created a show called The Coaches Lounge because I noticed that all these coaches, all these mentors that's working with other people to bring them to the next level in life, right? That is stepping stones with the person, that's cheering them on, that's giving them little tips to move forward, that's encouraging them every day and say, you can do this, you can do this. They're not getting the love like they should. So I said, no, I got to give these coaches some love. So this is why it's called the Coaches Lounge. And what I do is I bring coaches on, any type of coach it is, and give them spotlight, give them some love. And then also let you hear them, like their personality and who they are and how they arrive to do what they do as a coach. And then just give us a little bit of insight of how they coach their clients. And guess what? Yes, that's almost like a commercial for them because now you can see who they are, what they're about, what they do for you. And then you can do the action item that I always say, reach out to them. So I'm starting early before you even hear this wonderful queen that I'm bringing on. Listen to this wonderful queen and then reach out. And if you don't have a need for her as a coach, you know so many other people. So that's what I'm giving you. I'm already giving you an action item to do. So we have a queen today. Her name is Queen Ammie Michaels, and she is the founder and CEO of WolfpackHR. She specializes in helping coaches, consultants, hint, see, and online entrepreneurs harness the power of, yes, that lovely new word out there. And it's not that new, but it's new to us, it seems like, AI, to elevate their business. And as a certified AI specialist and business consultant, yes, which she dedicates of HR expertise, Ammie blends human intelligence and AI solutions to create customized strategy that streamlines your operation and improves client engagement. Now, I don't know about you, but who wants to align their business so you're reaching to those customers that you're looking for? Who wants to sound like the expert you are, but make sure that you're putting it in a way where people understand what you're saying? Hey, that's why I tell people you need tools. Ammie is the expert for this. So we are going to listen to this wonderful queen, this coach. I'm excited about this. I use AI, but I know she's going to put us on a whole nother level with this. So here we go. We'll be right back. Barbara J. Beckley, and I'm a visibility and social media strategist. Hello, Queen Ammie.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on the Coaches Lounge. So before we even start, I just have to give you some love. Thank you for, taking your time. I know you're a celebrity coach and everything. And, you got a lot of things going on. So to come here, yes, this is precious for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And like I said before, we want to make sure that you get the love and the support that you deserve as being a coach and helping other people get to that next level in the expertise and the field and industry that you work in. So Ammie, before we even start, I always want to start off because I love hearing backstories of how people started. Because before you became this speaker, this author, this coach, founder, and CEO and all that stuff, I know it didn't start off that way. So something's happened. Something happened to get you to this. So can you just share just a little bit of your backstory with us?
Yeah, so my backstory, I'm not really sure where to start other than, I guess, right out of high school. And I took a position, it was kind of a non-traditional role that was pretty heavy into HR. I didn't have an HR background at that point in time, but a lot of the duties and tasks were HR related. And I was in that role for a couple of years and really enjoyed it. But I had my family in my ear saying, you really should do something in the medical field. And so I became a certified medical transcriptionist and had my own medical transcription firm and did that for a number of years. So I guess you can say it's kind of where I started being an entrepreneur. But that whole industry was changed and affected with advancements in technology, with the entire medical community going to electronic medical records and improvements in voice recognition software really kind of eliminated the need for as many medical transcriptionists as there were. And so at that point, I had to make a decision. Do I just continue this to the bitter end? Or do I shift and pivot? And so I decided to close my medical transcription firm down at that point in time and kind of return to what I really loved, which was human resources. So I went back and got my undergraduate and graduate degrees, specifically in human resources management, and have been in human resources. And that whole experience of kind of being driven out of an industry because of technology really is what interested me in AI this go around, because I recognized if I wanted to remain relevant myself, I really had to learn about it. But also building on my experience in human resources, I just really saw how this is going to change the workplace. And the people that are going to be tasked with reskilling, upskilling, and kind of really rebuilding that workplace are going to be HR professionals and business leaders.
I love that. Well, first of all, congratulations on doing that pivot. And I always tell people there's always something that happened in, your world that changes the effect of where you're going sometime. And sometime it could be something that you'd be like, well, man, I didn't want to leave that, but then it's even better than probably what it was that you were doing. And like you said, within the medical field, that's wild how you started there. And now you're in this other place where you're dealing with AI, you're dealing with HR, you're dealing with people helping them, really streamline using AI. And I always tell people, always be open to change because you never know where it's going to lead you in your life and in your business. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm so glad it led you there because you perfect yourself to the point where now you're this expert in it. And I have to say, I'm going to put it out there, everybody has different levels of how they feel about AI. And you can probably, I know you can attest to this. I'm going to say way at the beginning, because I'm better now. I was a little bit nervous about it. And I was like, okay, you know, in your mind, you're thinking, okay, robots, AI, all that kind of stuff put together, taking over. I don't have a job. I can't do nothing because they're going to do everything. And what do we do? Right.
Yeah.
And then I had to change my mindset. I had to change because
Mm-hmm.
I always start with the mindset. Right. And I said, no, Barbara, because I do say that to myself, said, this can be a tool and it can help you grow and get even better than where you're at right now. So I took it as that and I ran with that. And I like what you do. So I want to get more into the details. Like, I know you deal with a lot of people and you probably have to work with that first and say, okay, before we even start with all this stuff, let me explain how this works and how it's going to help you in your life. So I
Yeah,
want
absolutely.
to about that.
Yeah, and I agree with you. That is, everybody is at different levels. They have different opinions about it, but it really does start with the mindset and understanding that it is a tool. I also understand why some people fear it, because they may be in a situation where they think it's going to do to them in their position what happened to me in my previous industry. It didn't completely kill the industry, but it changed it and it shifted the industry. And I would say the people that are more open to it and are taking a proactive approach to actually learn it are going to be the ones that are going to make themselves an expert in their field, in their role, in their company, in their industry, because they're going to understand how to utilize it for their position, or they can show their company how adopting this tool is going to make the company more efficient and save the company time and money and make their teams more productive. On the flip side of that, one of the reasons I felt a calling is because in human resources, we are held to be the ethical standard within an organization. You know, it's upon us to make sure that the company is remaining compliant and we're mitigating risk. So you do have to make sure that if you're going to go down the road of AI, that you are doing it ethically and responsibly. And so I've put that upon myself to come in and partner with individuals and organizations to help safeguard them. If you are an organization that's utilizing AI, I would say one of the biggest things that you need to make sure that your company has done is put an AI use policy in place. So you're protecting your company and your employees so they know whether or not they can use it and to what degree and extent. There have been instances, as this is, you know, fairly new to all of us, where companies have been hit with lawsuits because they have been utilizing AI, not realizing that it's created biases, specifically in hiring practices. And so that's why I want to be there to help companies protect themselves as they leverage this tool.
Oof. Thank you, Queen Ammie. Because the last thing I want to see is a lawsuit over something because I didn't do my due diligence in that area. So I like how you brought that out. Thank you for bringing that out because that's very important. That's very important, especially if you're going to use that tool, like you said, in any industry or any company that's being done. Even like you said with entrepreneurs. I mean, we need to know that. Because last thing we need is to, you know, hear somebody say, well, I'm suing you because you said this and this. And I'm like, oh, God, I used AI. Whoa. Yes. So, you know, Ammie, I wanted to bring up the fact, too, because going back to the tool. So as I told you before, I went through my little thing of, oh, my God, AI is going to take over to the point where now I love it. I truly love AI. And first of all, just starting about saving time. I mean, that was like the biggest thing I found out. And I was like, well, should I use it for this too? And I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, all of a sudden I was just finding different ways how to use AI where it's saving me time to do things, especially, I mean, even to the point of creating my own landing page. I was like, that it used to take days. I'm not even gonna say hours, say days for me sometime, which now, I mean, I think I did 2 landings or 3 in like 2 hours or something like that. And just having that tool to give you the idea or make you think on things, you'd be like, oh, okay, I could put that in there. So I tell people all the time, yeah, I mean, it saves so much time, and then you can really concentrate on things in your business that you need to concentrate on. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about, Ammie, about, I know you two bullet points. One is about customizing the AI, for your business growth. So can you talk a little bit about that? Because that is, I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Yeah, so I think the majority of your viewers are probably entrepreneurs, maybe a mix of entrepreneurs and some corporate professionals. And so it's going to be a little bit different depending on, who you are. If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to be able to leverage AI in a different way than somebody who's in a corporate position. But what I like to point out is it is really about utilizing AI as a thought partner. And if you're an entrepreneur, some of the ways that you can think about it is, AI is a tool, but it's only going to be as effective as the information is being fed. So, as an example, with Barbara using it to build out her landing pages, I don't know if you're using ChatGPT or if you are using a more custom tool to do that.
I mixed it up with, I did ChatGPT and I think it's Meta AI too.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's more about having the understanding of how to use the tool, because these tools are changing every day and more of them are popping up. So I think most people are familiar with ChatGPT the most if they are utilizing AI. It's about providing the context to that tool and what you're trying to accomplish. So I'm sure when you were building your landing pages, you probably asked it to help you write the copy for the landing page, and you had to provide it with specific details. What I do is I'm able to come in and work with individuals and organizations and provide them with frameworks. So it's kind of like a step-by-step process, regardless of what you're trying to do. If you're building a landing page, if you are, writing a book or coming up with a webinar, it can be used for virtually everything. But if you're not providing it with a structure and a framework that makes sure to give it the direction and the information it needs, it might not give you the best results. I'm sure those that have used AI, if you've used it kind of more like Google, you're going to get a different response every time, because it's just guessing what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And so by providing some frameworks, it eliminates that guesswork and also helps you guide it in the direction that you need it to go to get the most accurate data and the best result.
See, Queen Ammie, that's why you're a queen, especially in AI. I loved how you mentioned about the framework, because I was struggling, and sometimes I still struggle, where, like you said, it's a tool, right? And I'm asking questions. I mean, there's been times when I have asked AI all this stuff and they still didn't give me exactly what I need. I'm like, that's not it. And then I put something else. Yes. And somebody told me one time, they said, well, are you asking the right question?
Yes.
Like, okay, it's me. but they were right, though, because I was like, but I want more of this. So I had to rephrase the question. Then they said they had a little bit, but it still wasn't what I wanted. I had to rephrase it again. So I love how you said, and because that took time right there, that I could have probably used if I had the framework and put that in there, and I would have got it probably first or second time around. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a golden nugget. That was a true golden nugget. So yeah, because I was just getting from one day, I was just like, okay, forget it. You're not, that's bad when you look at your computer and you're like, no.
You're not alone. Yeah, that's I've found that there's people who maybe tried AI, typically Chat GPT, really early on, and they got frustrated with it. And that was before it had iterations, and now they're at 4.0. And so, if you are going through that cycle and you maybe tried it really early on before it had a chance to, really go from being a school age child to now master's or PhD level experience and understanding, really early on, I think it was only able to access up to the year 2021 or something. And now it is much more comprehensive in its understanding. I welcome anybody who got frustrated early on to give it another shot and to make sure that you're asking the right questions and putting in quality data for it to generate responses for you.
Yeah. And like you just said, is proven, Queen. Like you said, this is not taking over something. Like you going back to it again. It's a tool for you, but it's what you put in, what you're going to get back. And I was putting in some things that I was getting back that I was like, okay, I kind of caused this because I asked that question. So it kind of answered, but it wasn't the one I want to answer. So yeah, it's really important to make sure that you're putting in what you're trying to ask to get exactly what you want by having that framework and knowing what questions to ask.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I was going to say, Queen, when you are dealing with client, because there's another thing I know you said, AI powered solutions for their client success. Just to give you example of how I use it too. That's why I told you I love this subject. I'm glad that you're here because I've been, like I said, I really have taken on AI much better than I used to. Because I also I have my own business and I work for a corporation. So I'm the best of both worlds. So in my corporate, because I work in insurance, been doing that for a long, long time. And I haven't even found out after, because some people say, well, you've been there for a long time, or ins and outs about insurance and all that stuff. I said, yeah, but I don't know everything. And I found out when clients ask questions sometimes, do I go into my book or whatever that I read and pull, or do I go to my trusty AI? And I have done that a few times to get more clarity on what they needed. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have to wear my HR hat sometimes, and I have to wear my business consulting hat and my entrepreneur hat. And so as an entrepreneur who has clients myself and understand AI, I know there's certain things that you can't upload or rely on AI for. I had a client who used AI to write their employee handbook. And while it probably gave them a pretty good starting point, AI to this point still is not up to date as of today. So employment laws are constantly changing, and they're changing at state, county, and city levels. So in that respect, I would not recommend that you rely on AI for the latest. Yeah, obviously, nobody is going to know everything about their industry. The insurance industry is constantly changing as well. So I would, use it and just take it into consideration that this might give you a little bit more information that you may not have, but it's probably not the most accurate and up-to-date information for those really high caliber, high level industries. Always make sure that you are checking elsewhere. So I'm sure the insurance industry has a society or a professional group that you could refer to, just like human resources does. But I also recommend, if you don't have, as a business owner or an entrepreneur, a relationship with a legal team or a lawyer, that you at least establish one to make sure that what you are providing your clients is accurate and up to date.
Awesome. Thank you, Queen, for that. That's so important. Again, like I said, going back to making sure the legal side of it is right, and you're not just, like you said, using that like that handbook. I know a lot of times I use it just for definition, just to make sure I'm saying, because I can type something and it might not be clear to me. I say, okay, I know what this means, but they might not. I need to rephrase this so the client can understand it better. And that's when I go to AI sometime and say, okay, can you just put the meaning of what property means?
Yeah. Put this into layman's terms.
Make it simple.
Yeah.
So I love that. To make it simple. But like you said, but when you go to the other level of it, yeah, you have to, like you said, be careful and look at all avenues. And I'm glad that you mentioned the fact about, because entrepreneurs, sometimes they can't afford what the corporate can afford, like, the different legal and all that, different departments. But like you said, make sure that you have some kind of legal type of, person or person you could talk to, and make sure that you're on the right track and doing what you need to do. So I love it.
And as a business consultant, I have all sorts of solutions in my tool belt. And so if you are somebody who needs some direction, feel free to reach out to me and I can connect you with some very affordable legal solutions.
I'm going to have to get in touch with you after this to make sure I get those affordable. I like how you said it. I said, because they get expensive, especially as an entrepreneur. So thank you for even having that. Now, Ammie, I just want to say, because I know with time, can you, because I want to make sure I give you just a little time to give any lasting thoughts to the audience, but can you give, like, as a person that comes to you as a client, just a little short walkthrough of how you start with them if they're coming to you about, the AI world?
Yeah, so I'll probably just, again, gear this more towards a solopreneur, an entrepreneur versus corporate level, because at corporate level, it is a completely different ballgame. And we'll just focus on probably your primary audience of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. So I actually have my own AI agency where I am able to create custom tools, and I will work with individuals one-on-one. I offer VIP days where you can just kind of come and learn a little bit more about how to utilize AI. Or I have a 90-day intensive program that walks you through, you could come in at ground zero. Maybe you don't even know what your business looks like. You don't have anything established. You don't know what to offer or how to structure it. I take you from there all the way to creating your business plan and launching a product or a service within 90 days using my AI business intensive.
I am getting excited. I definitely need to look at your service of everything that you offer. That is amazing, Queen. And to understand more, because, I use it, but I know I need to get to that next level, what you do, to really help me use the tool even in a better way within my business. So I'm loving how you bring, not just the one-on-ones, but you have like the 90 days, you have all different packages that you can offer people for people to understand for their business how it can help. And I'm just loving that, especially for the entrepreneurs. I mean, this really helps us.
Yeah.
And I had to give you some love for helping the corporate, because I know that's a whole nother level, like you said, a whole different type of thing. So doing both, that's why I call you Queen. Because you do so much and you help so many people, especially in your industry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take myself down for 30 seconds. I want you to leave any kind of other golden nuggets for the audience, and I'll be back for us to close. Be right back.
All right. Well, I appreciate being here. And, I covered a lot of topics today, but what I would challenge you to do is look at ways that you can utilize AI in your everyday life, whether you are an entrepreneur, you're a corporate professional. I have a number of different tools that I utilize that aren't part of my AI agency that I can leave in the show notes for you to go check out. I just really want to re-emphasize it's about your mindset and focusing on ways that you can leverage AI and blend artificial intelligence with your human intelligence in order to kind of make you a superhero. So if you are interested in finding out a little bit more about how you can do that, I have a new AI empowered leadership book that is going to be coming out that you could dive into. And if you sign up to get alerts on that, you will get a free Kindle download when it hits Amazon.
Yes, I have to get it. I have to get it. I have to get it. So, Queen, thank you again for taking the time out, coming on the Coaches Lounge, telling us about what you do for AI and for others. I'm telling you, wonderful tool. And you can see this wonderful queen knows so much about it, where you can just get more detail on it, work with her one-on-one or in a group kind of atmosphere. Or like you said, she has books coming out, and she already has books, but she's an author too. She's everything. She's triple threat. But all in all, you got to get to know her personality, and she has a heart of gold when it comes to helping out others. So thank you so much, Ammie. And, I also want to stress this too. Start networking with people. You never know who you're going to meet in different events, or just talking to another person. They might just bring up somebody else that they know. That's how I met Ammie. She was speaking at another whole event, and the person that was put on the event, I didn't even know her. I think I knew a person that was in the event invited me. So you never know who you're going to meet just by talking and getting out there. So I'm so glad I met Ammie. And and Ammie, you're family now, so you can come on anytime to bring your genius and talk about things that are coming up with your business. So we really want to appreciate you and give you that love.
Well, thank you. I appreciate being here, and it was great to be able to come on, support your Coaches Lounge, and bring some value to your network.
Well, you brought a lot of value, Ammie, a lot, Queen. So with that said, please, like I said, I'm giving the action thing. You see, we have her LinkedIn down below, but I'm going to put in the show notes other ways how you can really get to Miss Queen Ammie and reach out. Do that action. If you know you need it, go get it. That's what I always tell people, to grow your business, because as I always say, you have, that uniqueness in you, and sometimes you just need other things to make it grow. So with that said, we will see you at the next Coaches Lounge. Again, thank you, Queen Ammie, and we'll see you soon.
Introducing the Diamond Factor Network, where we turn your business into a beacon of success. Imagine having your TV streaming show reaching audiences far and wide. It's possible with the Diamond Factor Network. Unlock the power of your brand with our state-of-the-art TV streaming platform. Your show, your way. Feature highlights, customized shows, global reach, and professional support. Coaching by Barbara J. Beckley, Purpose, Visibility, and Social Media Strategist. Ready to elevate your brand? Join the Diamond Factor Network today and let your brilliant